Welcome back to my channel. This is Conrado Casalo, your favorite Dallas Filipino realtor, and today on Flip Friday, episode 18, we have a special guest. We have Eric Rivera from Agape Creative Printing. And
That's right. That's right.
Eric, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? You're brand new here in the DFW area,
That's right.
So yeah, give us a little background.
Well, first, I want to give a shout out to him for giving the opportunity to be in your channel. So if you haven't already, subscribe, follow, like, and man, thank you so much. It's really a privilege and honor to come here and give me the opportunity to share my story. So I want to start off by thanking
Awesome.
you.
Yeah, no problem.
So yeah, man, I mean, first and foremost, I love Dallas. I love DFW. I took a big risk in coming here. We just moved here a couple months ago. I moved my family. I moved my staff. We moved from Miami, Florida
Miami.
to Dallas, Texas to pursue the dream. And I've been asked this question so many times. People ask, why did you move? Why did you leave? Why Texas? Why Dallas? And it's a question that could be answered in many different ways and many different levels, deep, simple. So I would say, one, I feel like God opened an opportunity for me to come here, and it was an answered prayer. So he just opened the door and brought me here. Yes, we could talk about, business is better, or I was able to acquire better things, or Miami's too expensive. But the reality is that God opened a door and he brought us to DFW, and we've been able to meet amazing people. We've been able to connect. We've been able to meet people from our community, be integrated into a new church. So honestly, it's been great for my staff. It's been great for my family. So it's been great for all of us. So yeah.
Amazing. So, what do you do here in Agape Creative Printing? Like, what kind of printing shop, are you?
That's a good question. I wish people asked that more. So we print merch. So screen printing and embroidery are
Just like
our
your
strong
shirt.
suits.
Show
Yes.
your shirt really quick, like this.
So basically, we work with a lot of churches, schools, we work with a lot of corporations, but we love to work with startups. Like if you have a brand that you're starting, if you have a clothing brand, we love to work with you. If you have a nonprofit, if you have an organization, we love to work with you. It's our way sometimes of giving back. So if you're a church, if you're a school, if you're a nonprofit, we love to work with you. So we do anything up screen print, anything on apparel printed.
So hats,
Yeah, hats, shirts,
jackets,
all of that. We got you.
tote bags.
Tote bags. Listen, tote bags, they never go out of style.
I got like 10. I have
Yup.
10 tote bags.
I mean, right now your friend was talking about he had a tote bag for everything. Tote bag to go play basketball. Tote bag to go I don't know where. Tote bag work. Tote bag to food. Tote bag for the emergency shirt. And I was like, dang. As he was saying that, I was picturing a closet, and it was like
Tote
tote
bags.
bags just hang with like labels. So every day he wakes up, he goes, this one right here. So that's dope. Tote bags. Come and get them.
So how do you see the printing industry today? There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of like the print on demands. There's mom and pop shops. There's big printing shops. There's small printing shops. How are you different from these different printing shops? Like why Agape?
Yeah, man. I mean, everybody has a different perspective to that question. And I feel like there's business for everyone. There's millions of people, there's millions of businesses, and not one company could do them all.
Yeah.
So, and everybody has a different niche. There's print shops that just focus on sports. There's print shops that focus on, I don't know, small mom and pop shops. And I feel like everyone here, as long as you treat people good, you give good customer service. I mean, printing is a very hard business. So many things could go wrong. There's so many factors. It's not like just simply selling a product. It's custom. Anything custom can get hard. But the reality is that, again, if you treat people good, if you have good customer service, if you love what you do, if you bring good, attitude to the workplace, I feel like, people will find you and they'll get to work with you.
Well, tell us about what type of machine that you're working with, because there are some people who print their own shirts. They go get like either like Cricut or some sort of like printer from like Joanne's Fabric. But explain to us, what kind of printing machine are you working with?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to talk more in screen printing world terms, but we have an automatic. So we have a big machine that we could do 1,000+ shirts a day. We do embroidery. We have four heads embroidery machine. We have DTG.
What's DTG for those who don't know what
Direct
that
to
is?
garment. So basically, I can print his handsome face on my shirt right here and HD right here. Just him smiling, no problem. And it could just be one shirt. So obviously, you can't do that with screen printing. And then we do direct to film, which is like screen print. I call it like screen printing transfer. So that could be a transfer on a one shirt. So yeah, that's what we do.
Well, what's the biggest challenge that you've had, from starting your business until now?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like the advice that I give to everybody. Whatever industry you get into, whatever idea, whatever business you decide to pursue, I feel like a lot of us, well, maybe me, maybe a lot of you don't do this, which I'm very happy that's the case. We lack, yeah, bro, lay back, bro.
Yeah.
These seats are meant to lay
I
back.
know, I was looking at you and
Yeah.
man, what am I doing?
Exactly,
sitting
exactly.
forward.
So a lot of people don't research, and YouTube University is out there, and they could teach us how to do anything. But the reality is that also we lack meeting people also in that industry. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We like, for example, for me, I would have saved myself thousands of dollars in mistakes and headaches, or I would have gotten to where I got in a little faster if I would have just connected with other print shops, owners from different states, or in my city. We have a network of print shops, and I would have talked to them, and I would have seen the machines that they had, how do they process, what system they use, all the things that went wrong for them.
So learn.
And I learn. A lot of people are willing to just teach you, because at the end of the day, yeah, we're competitors, but the reality, like I said, there's millions of people out there that need shirts printed, millions of business out there, so it's enough for everybody.
They bring you some business too, when
exactly.
they're like, hey,
So
I got these orders, but I'm backed up. Could you help me with this?
it happens all the time. So again, a lot of people just get into it. You end up buying something that you could have gotten something better, more expensive. You try and error, and then you get discouraged. So basically, if from the beginning,
sell it on Craigslist.
then you gotta sell it on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
I love Facebook Marketplace. Shout out to Facebook Marketplace. I love them.
So for those of you who have a screen printing business and you want to sell it, make sure you contact him, and he'll probably buy your equipment from you.
Hey, listen,
we don't know, right?
We don't know.
So what's an advice that you could give our audience that's watching right now, like being an entrepreneur, moving from a different state, going into a city where you don't know anybody? How are you doing it? How are you starting to connect and network with other entrepreneurs?
Yeah, man. I mean, I could sit for an hour and just give
But one advice.
one advice.
Y'all only get one, all right?
Maybe two.
Two.
Maybe five and one.
Okay, go for it.
And for example, for specifically my move here, right before I moved, not to say that I admire this person or I follow this person a lot, but there's a show called Undercover Billionaire. I don't know if you ever heard of it. And then basically I found it interesting because one of the people there, his name is Grant Cardone. Most of you people must know he is a 10X. And he got dropped off in a random city, town, with a beat up car, like $500 or something like that. He can't use his name, he can't use his credit, and he had to build a successful business.
He couldn't use his network either.
Network, nothing. He just random guy dropped off on a beater, and just he didn't even have a place to stay. And I watched all the episodes leading him to build a multi-million-dollar business. And one of the things that he was doing from the beginning was networking. Who are the big players in town? Who are, meeting, shaking hands, being of value. So I feel like for our move, that we moved to a city that we don't know people, we from the moment that we jumped here, meet the commissioners, get into Chamber of Commerce, go to networking events so we can meet amazing people like him and his family, go shake hands, talk to your neighbors. Church, by the way, listen, if you're an entrepreneur, if you just give your life to Christ and you join a community, you join a church, I promise you, the best networking happens at church.
Yes,
Trust me, the people of God will bless you.
They want to see you
They want to see you succeed. So that's just a little hidden gem. If you're not at church and you're an entrepreneur, bro, please go to church.
Yeah.
Trust me, it will change your life. You will need it.
And don't trust him, trust God.
Trust God. Trust me. No, I'm kidding. Trust God. Yes, trust God. And at the end, which is the resilience, the commitment. Basically, it's an emotional roller coaster. One moment you're like, oh, and the next moment you're freaking out because things are not for sure in entrepreneurship. It all depends on you. It all depends on the work that you put. When you have a 9 to 5 job, which it's really a really good thing.
It's consistent.
It's consistent. You can organize yourself. You know what you're gonna make. You know if I just gotta do a good job.
You don't even have to do a good job sometimes.
And you don't have a good job sometimes. You know that you could grow up the ladder. There's benefits. There's time off. You can literally, once you clock out, you clock out. It's done. You don't care about nothing. You're on vacation. You don't care about nothing. When you're an entrepreneur,
you can't sleep.
It's all day. Like my wife as my witness, the last 3 days ago, I was turning in bed, stressed out the whole night because my mind, I was so stressed about the business. So
how do you keep that peace?
Jesus.
So tell me about that. You know, you're tossing and turning at night. You're thinking about the business. What do you do when you're tossing and turning? And how do you keep that peace when you say Jesus?
Let me ask y'all something. I know they can't, but let me ask you guys, whenever you're watching, wherever you are, right? There's a movie that I saw called The Unsung Hero. Have you seen that movie? No. So it was in the movie theaters. Basically, it's his family. Now there's a band called For King and Country. I don't know if you know who they are, but they're a big Christian band. And it was a movie about their story at the movie theaters a couple months ago. Point is that they went, the dad, I mean, they were kids. The dad went super, he lost everything. He went bankrupt. They were really well off. They lost everything. They moved to the U.S. and they were just living in extreme poverty, right? And it was interesting to see because at the end, they went through all that, but now the whole family is successful. Their name is known all over the world. But they went through a couple of years of just suffering and resilience. The desert.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. This is where kind of faith goes in. And I hope this makes sense for you. If God were to show you the final destination, would you go through it? So for example, if I were to tell you right now, you can make it to this goal that looks beautiful, whatever that could be.
It's guaranteed.
It's guaranteed, right? But you're going to have to go through all these trials and suffering. And I'll say in detail, I promise you.
You'd say no.
You say no. You'll be like, it hurts too. I can't go through it. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times, God won't show you the end. He just shows you that you're going to go and he's going to be there with you. But the reality is, if you talk to a lot of entrepreneurs who are maybe in their 40s or 50s who quote unquote made it, right? They will tell you, oh man, for 5 years, or I slept in the car, or for 5 years, 10 years, I went through all this, but I made it to where obviously whatever that definition of made it for you is.
But you know what? Sometimes what God does is he will show you the end, but he won't show you the process.
He won't show you the process.
It's like Joseph the dreamer. He says he gave him a dream and a vision.
Yeah.
Right? And this is how it's going to look like.
Yep.
But Joseph didn't know that he was going to be betrayed by his brothers.
Yep.
Sold as a slave.
Yep.
Get accused by Potiphar's
Yep.
wife. Get thrown in prison.
Yep.
Be forgotten.
Yep.
But throughout the whole time, what was happening is God was saying, hey, before I could help, before I put you in the position of pretty much second in command of all Egypt,
yep.
I need to know that you have good character.
Yeah.
I need to know that you're not going to fold.
Yeah.
I need to know that you have a heart to serve people.
Yeah. Yeah. He preaching now.
Wherever that he went, he always made it like at the top rank.
Yep.
No matter what, even when he was at the bottom.
Yeah. And God would give you favor. He'll give you grace. He'll bless you. He'll show you that he's there. He'll show you that he's going through it. But again, maybe if he would have seen all that he had to go through, be so, like in the moment, maybe afterwards, he'd be like, I'll go through it. Because he already went through it.
Yeah.
But if he would have seen, like, maybe not the end, but the next step, I gotta be sold as a slave. What does that look like?
Yeah.
I don't want to be a slave.
Yeah.
So forget being the second in command of Egypt, bro. I don't want to be a slave.
Yeah.
I don't want to this. I don't want to. But the reality is that's what faith is. We walk not by sight,
but by faith.
So, and that was sometimes is what entrepreneurship is. Mm-hmm. We go by faith. We don't know when our next meal is going to come. We don't know when our next order is going to come, when our next sale is going to come. We don't know.
We just have to walk
by faith. It's like when it comes to church and I made a commitment to God that I give a portion of everything I earn because I know that He gave that to me. Imagine me giving, let's say that's 10%, and I don't know if I'm going to make money next week.
Yeah.
And I might need that 10% to pay my... That's faith.
Yeah.
That's me saying, God, I gave you what's yours, It's up to you now. Like, to continue to bless me, put food on my table, make my business prosperous. And if you're faithful in the little,
You'll be faithful with a
you're
lot.
gonna be faithful with a lot. And that goes to another thing with entrepreneurship. And I know we're turning this into the faith thing,
But it goes hand
but
in
it goes
hand.
hand in hand. So it's like I say this thing, like, if someone at church randomly gets $10 million, they probably won't even be here next. They won't come back next week. You know, like, that's it. All their prayers got answered. Everything that they wanted, everything money solved everything. And the reality is that God loves you so much that maybe He won't give you that
He's gonna
yet.
withhold it.
He's gonna withhold it, because if you get it, He's gonna lose you.
And then
And
little
you're gonna
by
lose
little,
yourself.
what he'll do is he'll help you build it up little by little, because every single level that you go through, you're gonna be like, I need you still, God.
Yep.
And you're gonna realize that when you're at that mark, it's like, I still need you. When you're at that mark, I still,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
It's like a
but
prayer that you should do. It's like, God, may I never get to a level where I don't need you.
Yeah.
And that's a difficult prayer. Sometimes you don't know what you're praying, because you're like, what? But it's like, man, I don't want to live a life where I never need God. I
Yeah.
need you every single
No matter
day.
what level you're
No
at.
matter what level I'm, no matter what responsibility, what authority, what anything responsibility that we have as a father, as a husband, as a pastor, as a leader, as a business owner, whatever you lead, whatever position you're in, it doesn't matter. God, I need you at every single season.
Amen. Amen. So
yeah.
you gotta have faith.
You gotta have faith. You gotta walk by faith. Yeah.
That right there is probably one of the most valuable information that any entrepreneur that's starting out.
Yeah.
When I asked, could you give them one advice?
Yeah.
I believe that faith is a valuable situation. What do you call it? Information, because anybody could be an entrepreneur, but
Yeah.
if they lack faith, they're just gonna give up the next day. They're gonna give up the moment they get that first rejection. Oh, this is not didn't work out.
Yep.
Didn't have faith. So you're going to be a sponsor community partner at Lone Star this
Let's
year.
go.
So talk about it. Like, what you're gonna be part of the experience.
Yes.
Tell the people what type of experience that you're going to give.
100%. So it wasn't until years ago, before I started this business, that I never knew how did this get on this?
Yeah.
I didn't know how a logo or a design will be put on a shirt. I just didn't know. I didn't know embroidery. Maybe I was young. I just didn't know. And it wasn't until I saw it that I was like, wow, that is cool, that I could put any design on a shirt. Mm-hmm. So part of the experience, we're going to be there. We want to see you. We want to meet you. We're going to allow you to experience screen printing on a shirt. So
if you've ever wondered, how can I start my own t-shirt business or my own printing business, or how do they even do this? This is your chance. When you come to Lone Star Palenque, you got to make sure that you visit Agape Creative
Come
Printing.
see us.
Go to the booth. They're gonna bring their screen.
We're gonna bring our machine there, all that stuff, and you get to print.
Yeah, there's gonna be pre-made designs on the screens, and all you got to do is either buy a shirt or bring your own shirt, and you're gonna be able to experience printing a shirt of the design of your choice that's there.
Yep.
And show it off to people. Let people know that.
I mean, when can you say that I printed this? Like, I screen print. I didn't do a little Cricut vinyl.
Yeah.
No. I screen printed this shirt myself. Now you can.
So make sure that y'all there on October 12th, 2024, Asia Times Square from 12 to 6. Details will be in the description. Also, where can they find you on social media?
Man, Agape Creative Printing. I'm gonna say it one more time. Agape Creative Printing. Come check us out, follow us, see our journey. Again, we're very thankful for a lot of people supporting us ever since we landed here in Dallas and DFW area. And I just love to hear from you. I love to meet. We're here. We love to meet with people and have conversations and network. So DM us, reach out to us, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you.
So I'm gonna put his links in the description. So if you're looking for him on social media, whether it's Facebook,
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram,
your website,
our website,
what about LinkedIn?
LinkedIn as well, Agape Creative
TikTok.
Printing, TikTok as well.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna give y'all all
find
the
us
links.
everywhere.
Yeah,
we'll
I'll
be
give you all of
somewhere.
it.
Yep.
So
Let's go.
with that being said, I hope that y'all have a wonderful day. So if you need screen printing on shirts, tote bags, hoodies, jackets, hats, You know, you name it. If you wear it, he could print it on there. Make sure you go and contact Eric at Agape Creative Printing Services. And if you are looking to buy, sell, or relocate here in DFW for properties, make sure you contact me, Dallas Filipino Realtor, and we are out.
Let's go.